Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is Tia with RiseRelief, coming back at you with another update on student loan repayment plans. Since January, the Trump administration has been letting borrowers know that their payment plans are getting ready to change. And I'm getting ready to begin to read an article from The Guardian regarding this new payment plan, in which it started July 1st of 2026. These are different payment plans that will pretty much increase the payment plans that we have now. So the SAVE student loan plan ends, leaving millions of borrowers 90 days to find a new one. So they've given 90 days time. Now, more than 7 million Americans will be forced to change their student loan repayment plan beginning on Wednesday. This past Wednesday that was July 2nd. As the SAVE plan officially ends, the termination of the borrower era initiative, which was launched in 2023, coincides with a larger overhaul of the U.S. student loan repayment system. And so the Trump administration has explicitly stated over the time that he has been in office that student loan borrower payment plans from the Joe Biden era have been a detriment to student loan borrowers. And so this new payment plan that they have coming in is supposedly supposed to help borrowers with their payments. So let's find out, what exactly does this new payment plan mean? The seismic changes to the student debt landscape are the results of the Trump administration's One Big Beautiful Bill Act passed in 2025 and a March 2026 federal court ruling that the SAVE plan, which is an income-driven repayment program created with the goal of cutting undergraduate loans in half, was unconstitutional. Now, this SAVE Act plan was marvelous for many student loan borrowers. I myself was on the SAVE Act plan, coupled with PSLF, and this helped a lot of borrowers save money. You were able to go in and do and let the student loan servicer know how much money you were making with your job, and they were able to cut your payments down by far. And Trump has said that it was unconstitutional. And so now borrowers on the SAVE plan will now have 90 days, to be exact, to choose a different repayment plan, in which this repayment plan is what they're gonna provide for us. Those with loans issued before July 1st, 2026, and who do not plan to take out more loans will retain access to multiple existing income-driven payment and fixed income plans, okay, including the income-based repayment, or IBR, pay-as-you-earn, and income contingent repayment, ICR plans, which offer loan forgiveness between 20 to 25 years after payments. And the latter two options, however, will be dismantled by the summer of 2028. So even with that SAVE Act and the IBRs and the ICRs, they're getting ready to get rid of all of that, okay? And so this obviously is going to make our payments go up. The U.S. Department of Education has said the upcoming overhaul simplifies the student loan debt system. Okay, so in a statement earlier this year, Nicholas Kent, the Undersecretary of Education, said, "For years, borrowers have been caught in a confusing cycle of uncertainty, but the Trump administration's policy is simple. If you take out a loan, you must pay it back." Kent has been known to say different types of quotes that seem to be just non-sympathetic to the plight of a student loan borrower. He does not take into account and consideration of people who may have lost their jobs, or people who have graduated from college and they have gotten jobs from their particular degree field, but the pay does not match the loan amount that they have to pay off over the course of the years. And so people become behind on their student loan debt over the course of it all. And simply saying you must pay it back, life just does not work that way. And so we have a lot of borrowers who have had to get on the ICR plans and the IBR plans just to make ends meet, because people still have to live. And so for him to say you must pay it back as if people just have the money left and right to pay it back in today's economy is diabolical. People are not feeling good, another person named Michelle Zampini, Associate Vice President of Federal Policy and Advocacy at the Institution for College and Access and Success, said. The two things that are top of mind are payment affordability, keywords, payment affordability. People need to be able to afford paying their loans back. And unfortunately for millions of Americans, that's just not has been the case. All right. And of course, and the ability to actually enroll and make payments without being embedded in servicing errors. Now, Given the administrative limbo of the past years, Impini does not anticipate a smooth transition. Anytime the government uses student loans as a transition status, it always takes months on end for loans to transition from one place to another. And so even with this new payment plan that they're getting ready to make Americans do, the transition is going to take a very long time. And it always disrupts payments as the transitions are taking place. A September 2025 survey from TICAS and Data for Progress found that nearly half, 48% of borrowers, reported long wait times to speak to or receive a response from a loan servicer when they reached out for assistance. Even people who have been actively trying to move out of the SAVE before July 1st have been hitting a lot of roadblocks. So if you're going to come up with a new plan for student loan borrowers, at least have a plan that's going to be smooth and transition free of difficulties for student loan borrowers. And unfortunately, people who have even tried to join this new act that Donald Trump has encompassed, they're having issues with their student loan servicers. And the wait time is extremely long. So now let's see the types of impacts and negative effects that these new types of rules have on student loan borrowers. New borrowers taking out loans on or after July 1st, 2026. So for all of you people who are getting ready to go to college in August and you've taken out loans, this is for you. Will only have access to the new Repayment Assistance Plan, or RAP, R-A-P, or the new tiered standard repayment plan. Now, under RAP, monthly payments are circulated based on a borrower's adjusted gross income rather than their discretionary income. If a borrower has an adjusted gross income above $10,000, monthly payments range from 1% to 10% of that amount. For those below that threshold, the monthly payment is $10. Loans are forgiven after 30 years, so no more. Well, PSLF was 10 full years, and that's public service loan forgiveness. And then you had from the SAVE Act plan 25 years, and so now they've extended it to 30 years. The tiered standard plan is a fixed payment plan where payments last between 10 and 25 years depending on the initial balance and are set at least $50 a month. Some borrowers may be automatically enrolled in this program if they are entering repayments and haven't chosen another eligible plan. Yes, $50 a month is feasible, and that sounds great. But now you want to think about your interest accrual over the course of time, because as that interest is accruing, your loan balance increases. So you're going to be stuck with this loan for 30 years until it's time to pay it off, or until you get loan forgiveness. A lot of people made enrollment and borrowing decisions based on one repayment system and are going to leave school into a less generous, more expensive repayment system, said Zampini. Yes, it is going to become much more expensive to be under this particular repayment plan. Students are already bracing for the impact of higher debt, and for some, it's causing them to rethink their future plans as a whole. And unfortunately, people are rethinking their plans concerning college. We know that college, especially if you want to go into the fields of education or being a lawyer or a doctor, to say the least, you need a certain type of degree so that you can gain the skill sets. And unfortunately, college has become so expensive that when you graduate, you can't even enjoy the fruits of your labor because you're going to be paying back student loan debt for the rest of your life. And this is what they're saying. Ryan Correa, a 21-year-old senior at the University of Southern California, San Diego, previously told The Guardian that she was planning to just move back home to Texas after graduation because she won't be able to make her student loan debt payments on top of rising housing and food costs. Though she's considering getting a law or master's degree in public policy, it may not be feasible under the new payment plans. And so you see how this has just the cost of living as a whole has made American citizens who have decided to get a degree or even go to trade school for that matter, it has been making life very difficult just to live. And this is what Ryan Correa is quoting saying, for me, as well as for a lot of my friends, it's really making us reconsider how we're going to pay for grad school and if we're going to even go to grad school at all. And so as you can see, times have changed. Times are changing where that college degree has been most coveted, and it has been the pinnacle of who you are as a person in society. It is changing because college is now too expensive. And once you graduate, it's very difficult to live a regular life and build wealth. And that's what a lot of people would like to do. And so this is the reason why I am starting RiseRelief, and I have started this company for you and I. I also hold student loan debt. I also have been under the SAVE Act plan. I also have been under IBR, and I have been the benefactor of having smaller loan payments, but my debt accruing over a course of time. And I've said it in many videos. I went to a private school. I started at 60 grand. For the 3-year private school that I went to. And then I also got a master's degree in teaching because I could not find a job. And of course I found a job in teaching. My master's degree was 20 grand. So think about this, a total of 80 grand worth of student loans. And fast forward to today, I've had over $190,000 worth of loans. Starting in January, when I started this channel, probably a few months thereafter, and my loans had snowballed to $200,100 because the interest accrues. And yes, I'm paying on the loans monthly with the smaller monthly payments. And so this is the problem that a lot of Americans are having. And RiseRelief is here. We are a contribution community in which you and I will go in and we will contribute monthly payments, and we will help one another pay off each other's student loan debt. I am building a website right now as we speak. I am building a team right now as we speak, because the solution to the problem is us Americans coming together to build a community and to help one another pay off each other's student loans. And so when you log into my website, you will join the queue. You will make your monthly contribution. And when your name is up on the list with first come, first serve basis, with the amount of money, depending on the amount that we have, we're looking for millions of dollars because there are millions of people in student loan debt. With whatever amount that we have in that pot, we are going to call your student loan servicers, and we are going to pay off your student loan debt with no strings attached. It is high time that we take care of one another. It is time for us to pull together our own personal resources and stop waiting around on the government to do anything for us at this point. Everything is high. Gas is high. Housing is high. Daycare is high. Paying on a car note is high. Your credit card interest rates are high. You're forced to do insurance on your car. That is also high. Everything is sky high here in the United States of America. And we have to do something about it. And so this is the purpose of RiseRelief. Please subscribe. Please like this channel, because we are building something great here. We are building a community here. And once you get involved, I promise you, you will not be disappointed. Please share, please like, please subscribe, and thank you for listening in. Have a good day.